Alright, I'm gonna continue my series playing one table. This is a $100 turbo on stars. Um, this guy's a supernova, so I'm already assuming that he's decent. And actually, I think yeah, his notes aren't bad. He's got almost 3,000 games, and his average stake is like 180. So yeah, just gonna treat this guy like probably like a wreckfish, like a spewy like wreckfish. But then again, just making assumptions. Obviously, just gonna see how he plays first. All right, so the call on the flop was totally standard. Anything else would be horrible. Raising would be horrible. So many draws going on. He bets like half. It's a really small bet. It's not big enough to get us off of our hand. We're obviously gonna call and give up, and it's pretty much like the action killer. I want. Hopefully, we'll get to showdown so I can see his hand, see how he played his hand. He showed ace jack. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I like how he played it. I liked his small bet on the turn to pot control, but at the same time, obviously, always betting this turn card in his position because of all the draws going on. All right. We can either throwing a 3-bet here or a flat. I usually like 3-bet bluffing early, and I sometimes do it with these ace no kicker kind of hands. So I'm just gonna go ahead and 3-bet. Alright, so it's been 5 hands. In about another 5 hands, we're probably gonna get a better understanding of how this guy plays. Similar to the ace 4, 7-6 off, could 3-bet this, but I think this time I'm just gonna call and take a flop. Definitely gonna check raise if he c-bets, and probably gonna make it really big, just to blow up the pot. We're really like not representing much. We're so deep. Pot is so small. If he's like a loose aggressive player, I totally see him like at least calling us another straight with like overs. But he folded rather fast there. His fast fold suggests like maybe he's got timing tells. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Alright, so it's like a board get check raised on a lot. We got like ace 10, we got showdown. So I'm actually just gonna check. Now I'm gonna take a stab at it. I'm gonna bet 45, try to take the pot away. River is a pretty good card. We're likely to be ahead. But then like we can't really get value out of anything worse. It would be like a really thin. It would be for really thin value if we bet here. So I'm just gonna check, and that's just like one of the few hands that that we could thin value bet from. But I really saw no reason there to thin value bet because he could have played like 5x the same. He could have even played king x the same. Alright, so 6-9 off. I'm just gonna fold this time. Okay, so it's been 10 hands. I just want to pause for a bit and just look at his HUD stats. So he's been raising 40, which is not a whole lot. He's been c-betting like every time on the flop, and he's folded to our only 3-bet so far of the game. So yeah, that's pretty useful. I mean, all right. So this hand's ace queen off, 2 overs. It's the kind of flop where if you c-bet, you have to barrel a lot on the turn to take it down. And since we have like really good showdown, I'm just gonna check again. And this is my standard line against pretty much yeah, like a lot of my opponents. We get a pretty good river card, a pretty good turn card. Now I'm just gonna bet like 40 just for some like really thin value. Hopefully get looked up by king high, queen high, worse ace. Oh, he had king 8. Alright, so this is a pretty important hand. From this hand I can see this guy's he's pretty passive. I mean, when we check back this flop, our cards is pretty I mean our hand is pretty cards up. Sorry, and he gets like pretty much the perfect turn card. I mean, he could have definitely tried to steal and then barrel again. It would really put us at a pretty uncomfortable spot, especially if the river didn't pair. Yeah. So he didn't make any moves there. He just tried to get the showdown with his king high. I could go for a check raise here. He's been c-betting like every time on the flop, but just like on the flop like this, we've already done it once, and I don't think we're gonna get respected this time. So I'm actually just gonna give it up. Alright, his first his first 3-bet of the game. I'm jamming fours. This is totally standard against someone's, especially a reg. Their first 3-bet of the game. Plus we got like tons of fold equity, and if he calls, most of the time we're flipping. Luckily we hit our 4, and good game. Definitely gonna rematch this guy. Got some pretty solid info. Recently I got pretty lazy taking real notes down. However, I find yeah, my mental notes are, I mean, I'm taking a lot of mental notes, and I think I mean, it's definitely not a good thing not taking down real notes, but I mean, yeah, especially when I'm making a video, it's just, yeah, it's not, it's like a time waster since I take so long to explain and play at the same time. Alright, so this hand, we got a gut shot, 1 overcard. I think we're deep enough to just play this passively, and ace is like a card that hits our flattening range so much on this board, more often than him. So we're just gonna lead out here, and if he calls, we're just gonna give up. Yeah, just gonna give up the hand. So he had the ace. I mean, that's fine, but if you think about it, like for someone who's been c-betting 100%, regardless to flop texture, our range basically this card hits our range way more often than it does than it hits his range. So that was my reasoning, and that's why I went ahead and led out on the turn. King 7 off, deep, definitely going to take a flop. If he c-bets here, I'm definitely going to check raise and try to get a timing tell and basically just bet again on like a good turn card. Jack of spade is not really a, I mean, it's alright, but it's like not the best turn card, I would say. Probably like a non-connected, say like a king of heart or like a jack of heart, jack of spade. I mean, sorry, ace of heart, ace of spade, like are probably better cards to barrel. And plus, in hindsight, don't really want to blow up the pot this early against him. I couldn't get like a timing tell when he flatted us on the flop. I think he timed down for a second or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up this hand. I think the jack is like an okay card to barrel, but like definitely not the best one. I would say in this case probably like a diamond would be a more preferable card to barrel, cause we could, like, let's say if a diamond hit on the turn, we could basically just bet another street and give up, shut down completely if he calls on the river. So basically, just another one more bet to make his hand more transparent. So this guy does not 3-bet much. Only 3-bet he's done against us out of 27 hands. It was the Ace Jack. Ace 10 I would flat. At these stacks, Ace Jack I would 3-bet. But Ace 10 I'm just gonna flat. Against someone who's raising like more than this, like 60 over 65, I would definitely 3-bet Ace 10 though. Alright, I'm just gonna call. I'm just gonna float with our Ace High. This is like the first time so far this game where we called him and see if he barrels on the turn basically. So, oh, never mind, it's his second turn barrel. Yeah, we have to give up here. Yeah, I think this is pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna give up. Alright, so this game so far, he's been raising more than usual, more than the first game. He definitely upped his aggression a little. Not by much, though. Alright, he checked back this flop. We have the king. We have some showdown value. I think it's pretty hard to get him off of his check back range on this turn card. I think he has a similar hand like ours, or something that is better, like an Ace X. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the showdown. However, he bets here. And yeah, that's pretty terrible. So you check back like Queen 10 high or some shit. Yeah, Queen high. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. Doesn't make sense because he's been c-betting us like 100%, and he just decided to randomly check back that flop. Now like this is definitely the type of flop I would 3-bet and then bet again on the turn. And I should have made it even bigger, probably like 210, 220, just so that you know, if he calls, it's really transparent, and usually like another bet on the turn would take it down. When you make your check raise size big, it usually turn their hands face up, especially like is even more true when the stacks are even more shallow. But in this case, yeah, unfortunately, he probably had a big piece of that flop. Probably like a really good, like a 7 was a really good kicker, or like some kind of combo draw. So this game so far, we haven't had a single chance to 3-bet because if you notice, we've been getting like, yeah, these kind of hands, basically like decent hands to call enough out of position. And yeah, as you can see, like 71, like I hardly ever call 71% from the big blind. So it's been pretty weird. When I tried to steal on the turn and he called me, 10 was basically like the worst card. I mean, we can't really represent much at all. We would get a hero called a ton, and yeah, it was just like a pretty horrible card because all the draws missed. There's like all kinds of draws going on the flop. 10 was just not a good card to try to take the pot down. Alright, we get a good flop. I'm actually gonna make my c-bet like slightly bigger. Probably should have made it like 100 even. So Ace is definitely not a good card, but I mean, there's just this flop, there's tons of draws going on, and the way we play this hand, I think I'm just gonna bet big and get it in. His like draws, maybe like 10-9, his diamond draws and Jack X, I don't ever see those kind of hands getting away. I don't think he would give us any credit if he doesn't have the ace here. and plus we had such sick equity against this entire range. I think it's definitely we had to bet big on both streets. All right, so it's like his second C bet out of all our hands against him so far. So it's a pretty easy fold. We can either fold this or three bet. Usually, at these stacks, what I like to do with my three bet bluffs, I'm starting to three bet to like a really gay size. Basically, it looks super strong, and it's just really awkward for them to just call. They're either folding or jamming like a lot of their hands. All right, we get bottom pair on this board, but then this is the kind of flop where I like to basically just barrel a lot. So we get like a pretty good turn card. I'm just gonna bet 240. Obviously folding if he jams, but it's just a big enough bet to let him know that we're committed, no matter what. But yeah, again, it was the kind of flop that I love to barrel multiple streets at these stack depth. So it kind of just ignored what we had. Jack five off. Just yeah, it was not very. It wasn't very relevant, basically, towards our decision. This time, however, it's not entirely the same situation as the hand I just explained earlier. Mainly because we do have like the king of heart. We do have some showdown, and also this is like a flop that smacks this flattening range a lot. So I'm just gonna check, and now I'm just gonna give up. We could bet here to represent, obviously to represent the 6, because it's a scare card. But I mean, this guy is really passive. Don't know if he would lead out here if he had the 6, and I don't think he would give us credit. He would call us with the 8, the 9, the 7. Now he bets half. Yeah, we're just gonna give it up. Same idea. I'm gonna do it again. The min 3 bet, and so far he's folded to all our 3 bets in both games. So I mean, yeah, we definitely I definitely think we have a tremendous edge on this guy. Definitely someone I would keep playing. 8-7 suited for 20 big blinds. I'm just gonna call, and we flop the monster. So basically, I'm never leading. I'm only leading against people who are c-betting maybe like 50% or less on the flop, or maybe 60% or less. But seeing how this guy's c-betting a lot, this is definitely a check back. It's definitely a check raise, and I'm gonna make it to 300. So we've been pretty aggressive both games, and in this game we've been check raising him 60. Previous game, pretty sure it was like similar. We have to c bet here. Queen. If we had king high, maybe it was like a backdoor flush draw, I might check it back against some players. But queen high, jack 10 high, any hand that we with not much showdown, definitely just gonna c bet. Flops really well. Just gonna flat with king 10. Alright, so he does it again. It's the second time. He's checked back. I mean, the previous case he had queen high, so he had like a non-showdown hand. I'm not gonna steal. Again, I'm not gonna steal. Alright, so he delays c bets. Due to game flow and due to I mean, if he's one tabling, if he's paying attention, I think this is like actually a good spot for him to delay c-bet with a real hand. Yeah, it's just like a gut feeling, like a game flow kind of thing. Normally, yeah, my standard there would probably be to call another street, but that time, I mean this time right here, I just don't think he did it with air. Queen 9 off, definitely a good enough hand to flat at these stacks. Alright, so this is like a situation where I messed up a lot. I checked it back too fast. I mean, like I don't have a donk betting range. If I ever donk bet, this would be the type of flop. Basically, when I have like a hand like this, like 1 over and a gut shot, yeah, I would definitely donk bet on the flop. But I mean that flop was pretty it was pretty wet. I'm pretty sure he's aware of that. And since he does check back like some flops, I think he really had a piece there. I just don't think he would see bet this was like pure air. So since we checked it back, there was nothing we can do. Yeah, actually, I think this will be the last game for this video. Felt like I got enough into this video, like enough spots, enough situations to cover a lot. A few really good spots. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it after this game. Okay, similar situation. Gonna do the small 3-bet. These kind of hands, I'm never flatting them against this guy. I'm never jamming. He's not raising like close to enough for this to be a jam. And this is his first 4-bet, and I don't think he'll ever 4-bet this light at all. So easy fold there. That was his third 3-bet out of 60 hands. So unfortunate, but I'm just guessing that he's just picking up hands. For 10 big blinds, this is very straightforward. That's unfortunate, but totally standard. Alright, good game. Actually, I want to see if he accepts. Alright, he declined. Alright, so 22 minutes for the video. Not bad. I think from now on, I'm gonna try to do the same thing for all my videos. Basically, one table. Either one table, a reg, or maybe like 2-3 tabling against random people. I think that's pretty good. But I think the problem is I'm still not very good at 2 tabling and explaining at the same time. It doesn't work. I tried it in the past, and I think it really affected my my thinking. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace out.